You pressed it? Oh. Hello, SK family. Welcome back. If you are watching us on the replay, go ahead, hit the comments with hashtag replay. You will know it's the replay because the little red guy in the corner that says live won't be there anymore if you're on Facebook. For those who may not know, my name is Stephanie. That's my lovely wife, Katia. We make up Hey SK. We are life coaches who help people release their fears and self-doubts so they can have happy and healthy relationship with themselves, but also those around them. As you are hopping on Facebook, please hit the comments and YouTube with hashtag HeySK in the comments so we can say hello. Give me some hearts. You know that my sound is working. With you are new, which means you've never seen either of our beautiful faces before. Go ahead and hit the comments with new so we can officially welcome you to the SK family. And if you are on YouTube, please do us a huge favor and go ahead and hit subscribe. Tap that little bell so you get all the notifications. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to pass this off to Katia, and she's going to let us know why we're here.
So, this is a topic that Steph and I have talked about personally, and we've seen patterns, over the last year or two with certain people, probably longer, but definitely honing in on the last year. So the title is, you don't want to give it, you want to get it, but you don't want to give it. And that thing that we're talking about is support. Oh God. But it's deeper than just the support that you hear all the time. So I've seen people on social media, and it's not directed to anyone on our personal social media because we don't just have social medias of our own. We follow other people. This is things that people tell us, like by watching their lives and trends that they've seen also. And I find it weird that you have some people who are like, no one support me. No one support me. Why can't I ever get support? My family don't support me. My friends don't support me. Other business owners don't support me. But the main trend that I see with people who say that are people who don't support anyone else. Like literally don't. And the way they get around it is that they do small community acts in the community. They show their little awards. People are like, oh my God, you've done great things for the community. So they see those they see those accolades. But guess what? That same person as a business owner I guarantee you, have not supported another business owner. They assume or they expect other people to support them because they poured into the community. That has nothing to do with me. Or you have those people, we're going to dive a little deeper. We have those people who will learn a specific skill. They'll learn every skill in the book just so they don't have to support nobody else. Like, they'll put their business out there, people support them, people buy from them, and they so excited. And then they're like, how can I learn what they do? How can I learn how to do it for me and my family? They don't want to start a business in it. They just learn it enough to do it for themselves so they don't have to invest in nobody else. Which I think is kind of sad. Or they make an excuse. And I can speak for myself. I've supported people I don't know. I've supported people I know. And some stuff I have zero desire to do. So for those people out there that feel like they give so much to others and don't get it in return, really sit down and look at your true support record. A lot of times people support people or pouring in people who can't give back to them. And they expect those that can give back to them to give back to them in a way because they've given back to people who can't help them. So if I go out here and I feed the homeless, they're homeless. They have no money. They can't do nothing for me. So I share, that I've done all these great things for the community. But then you want support from people who got money, but you have not supported them. That's not the same thing. To me, it's not. I'd be like, oh, wow, you're doing great things in the community. And then you wonder why you're not getting help from people and you're getting frustrated. Like, I can't get no help. The people that you poured into and you giving your time to, they can't help you because they have nothing to give themselves. Maybe you should start equally dividing your energy into people that can help you and bless those who can't. But I see so many, especially in the business owner realm, selfish. They always asking for support, always asking for help. And never bought never shirt, never book, never nothing from nobody else. But always want support and always got an excuse. And there's either two things. Either you're just selfish or the money that you claim you have, you really don't have. Because I don't get it. Like, I've supported people that I don't know. I just want to see people win. I don't want nothing back in return. And in return, strangers who I don't know have helped me more than people I know. That's why I don't get offended when people are like, oh, I used to bother me when family don't support, because those are people who don't support you now going to be the ones with their hand out later when you do make it. And I'm like,
Or when
who are
you're
you?
trendy.
Yeah. Oh, that's my cuz. That's my niece. That's my son. That's my daughter. You like the father on Meet the Browns, the movie. He ain't want nothing to do with his son. She gave him $25 for an hour of his time. He ain't want nothing to do with it. The boy made it to the league, big leagues. Then he come. That's my son. That is how people are. And I ain't got nothing for you. But go ahead, Steph, add your thoughts.
That, I mean, I've seen it happen. The same people who I've seen it with my own two eyeballs. I'm just people. I think people forget sometimes what they put on social media, or they forget what they've told you in person. And then sometimes like what they post doesn't match what they've said. And I've seen it. Like people complaining how they don't get any support. But then you look up and down their timeline and they're always bragging how they picked up a new skill. And I can like, and every time they pick up a new skill, I'm like, I can think of 10 people in your area that you could have paid, you could have supported and poured into that would have done a better job because it's actually what they do. Hey, David, it's actually what they do. They are professionals at it. They've trained at it. They've done it. They're not just learning a skill not to support somebody. So it would look way better and it'd be done much better. But then you'd also be sewing into another small business. Like I love sewing into other independent businesses. I love them. Like if I could find something that's going to put food or clothing or a activity for their kids, like I know them, I can see the fruits of my money. I would much rather support them, even if it means paying a little more, even if it means paying shipping to see it versus going to feed these major corporations. Like Jay said, there are just some things I just don't desire to do. And there are some things that sure we could do them. Why not? But I don't want to. So I'm going to find somebody reputable and support them and sow into their business, sow into their household. And then when I'm so grateful that I didn't have to take the time to do whatever it is I paid them to do, I'm going to shout them out, talk about how much of a help they were and how much I appreciated not spending my entire weekend on a project that would have taken somebody a professional 2 hours. Or hey, it may take them all weekend, but hey, that's their time, not mine. I'm sorry. I've seen it. And then it'd be the same ones complaining how nobody supports them. I'm like, well,
I can't get help with this. Or you people who say, like, it's like people who have, oh, I have friends. Oh, I know friends don't help me. But then you don't help friends. The thing is, don't look for help if you're not putting out helping either. Remember, some people keep that fine line I keep it professional, but you want personal help. Like, oh, I can't help you with that. I keep a line, but then you want personal help. Remember that line you kept with me? It's still there. Remember that line you kept with that person? It's still there.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen that happen too.
we looking for an accountant. Could I learn the software? I'm this brain of mine. I can learn any skill I want. I have no desire. I refuse to be a slave to my business. My goal, I can just go and clock in 8 hours on a job for the rest of my life. I don't want to be a slave to my business either for the rest of my life. I want to be able to make money in my sleep, travel, enjoy the fruits of my labor, and enjoy life. I don't want to just have a business just to say I have a business and working and working and working and working and working and working and
Sun up
working,
to
just like
sundown.
I have a job. That's crazy. In the beginning, when you building your brand, you will have to put a little more work in. True. But I don't want that to be the goal forever. Like I like to have a website and make money in my sleep. Wake up to orders. I'd rather fulfill the orders, nothing. Put it in, do 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 do. Put it in the envelope, package it up, mail it off. Too easy.
Facts.
Finding, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to just have that conversation because I think people get it twisted. And like a lot of times people show old pictures when they did something 10 years ago. Yes, it's good that you did that, but just to like keep little highlights on the forefront. But you pour into people who really can't support you, but then you want the people who can support you, you never poured into them to support you in your business or in the activity or whatever you need their support in.
Right. Not a like, not a share, not a nothing, but you want somebody to support you.
Right.
And support
Oh,
doesn't always mean a monetary support. Like we've talked about that before. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that you might, get an order, but like a share, a tag, a referral, a review. Like those are all ways that you can support. But I've seen people who do that and they don't do any of those things, but then want support.
or they'll share one time out of your whole 5 years in business and then say, "Oh, I remember that." No, I don't. I don't. Or you have people who don't deal with you till they need you, and then mad because you don't help them. Like, or they'll say, come in your inbox and say, "Hey, so and so, hey, just checking up on you," and then go ghost, and then come back a week later, so it doesn't look like they only inbox you because they needed you. People see those patterns. I'm an energy person. If you don't deal with me, don't deal with me. Like, don't you ain't gotta stay relevant in my life because you think I can help you down the road or you think you getting something from me. I don't owe nobody nothing. I bust my behind for everything I have. My wife busts her behind for everything she has.
I was gonna say, or the people who only hit you up if it's trendy. Like they find out there's like a natural disaster or a shooting in your area. They're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" What about the other 364 days where there aren't any major incidences where I live? You don't care then?
But
And
that's
if that
because
major
people
incident never occurred, you would have never have reached out, right?
but that's because people that's what people definition of friendship is. I live my life separately of you, independently of you and yours, and we only check on each other when somebody die or something. I don't want those friends. I don't want nobody in my life taking up space to only check on me when something going on. And this is not a personal live, but I'm just having a conversation because I don't want that type of friend. I don't want those type of people in my life. Like I don't.
Oh, this is a good point. Social media irks me sometimes. People have this thing of thinking that if you don't post what you're doing, then you aren't doing anything. Oh yeah, if you looked at my timeline, you think all I did was sit here and twiddle my thumbs. Hmm.
And little do you know, We have mastered the art of sharing results and working in silence for over the last, I would say, 4 months consistently. And it's working out great for us.
Hell, we moved and didn't tell nobody
Right. But
because
I
it
mean
was
that.
already in motion.
Yep.
And we discussed doing it months prior. Purposely came back out here. Like it was all done. It was all intentional. But nobody knew except for the people that needed to know.
Because the thing is, no one owes you anything. And people do have an issue with that. Like your marriage, you ain't happy unless you post happy pictures. And then if you post happy pictures, they fake. People always got something to say. Um, it's crazy. Cause we work every day and we got things coming down the pipe. But I'm not sharing them on social media. You can't pray against what you don't know. And that's whether you pray like this or you pray like that. Either way, you don't know. Because my thing is sometimes I don't want people to know what I'm working on. If you're gonna support me and have my back, you're gonna do it whether you know or not.
Facts. Everything's not to be shared on social media.
I wish more people
Facts.
would learn that. It's not. Like people think they know us. We don't share every little thing about our marriage and relationship on social media. We share what's relevant to the topic that we're sharing, and even then, we not sharing. And it's not that we're lying. It's I don't owe you nobody anything. We share enough to be enough transparent to let people know you're not the only one going through that, or you're not the only one experiencing it. But no one really owes anybody anything. But we see a lot of that on our timeline. If you're not supporting, you a hater. But my thing is, there's some people I have supported, and I will not give them another red cent of my money. You ain't support me, and it's not a tit for tat. But like, why should I continue to pour and help your brain grow? No, I'm not. And some people who are Christian or who have that faith, well, you're gonna be blessed. No, that's not how that works. That's being a fool. I'm not gonna continue to sow seeds in people. Oh, it's gonna come back. No, no,
It
I'm
will, but it's
not.
not from them.
I'm not gonna be a fool. I'll start the support, but if I see like my brand or my life or my situation don't matter to you, why am I going to continue to support you? So grateful for that. What you got from me?
You want me to share something with me? Buy me a punch 10.
Like
You funny.
people want it, but they don't want to give it, and they don't want to give it with great intentions. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to engage in your lives. They don't want to share share your lives. They don't want to share your posts. They don't want to do nothing like they come. And then the excuse is, I don't got no money. I wish I could support, but I ain't got no money. Things are tight. Cool. We share with you ways you can support for free. And then it's another excuse. That shows me that you really don't want to support. And if you don't want to put me on your timeline, you have a story that goes away in 24 hours.
So true.
Because no, I don't put everybody on my timeline because of algorithm person, but I'll share you in my stories because that's where I get most of my sales. So I'm gonna put you where I get most of my sales. But I think people really need to do a reality check and really sit back and really analyze people you have supported, not community work. Because community support, you generally when you work in the community, you're supporting people that really can't support themselves. So what can they really give back to you? Think about the real support that people who could support you and give back to you the way you gave to them. Because I think people uh, boast about their communities outreaches and accolades, but who have you really support that they can give back to you? Maybe you're not getting anything back in return because you're not supporting people who really can support you. You
You're
want,
going out of your way not to support people. I think that's the point is like
yeah,
You're
The
going
point of
out
the
of your
live is
way
you're
not to
going out of
support
your
people.
way not to support people. Like, oh, they make t-shirts. Let me go buy
All the
this
stuff.
equipment, that equipment. I don't need to support them. I learn how to make my own t-shirts. Then I can make my own t-shirts. Ooh. Then they watch what you put out and be like, I want that, but I don't want to buy it from them. And then they end up spending thousands of dollars on equipment because let me tell you, baby, crafting equipment is not cheap. Custom equipment is not cheap. So you rather spend all this money just so you can make it for your family. See, that's the thing. People don't even want to turn it into a business. They had no desire. They just like, look, I'll buy this so when I'm ready to make my family stuff, I'll make it myself. And some of y'all gonna be like, well, hey, saving it's really not saving money. It's really not. Cause you're really wasting money. If I gotta spend 500 to a G on equipment just to make it for me and my family, when the only reason why you doing it is to not support somebody else that you kind of almost expect them to support you anyway, even though you haven't supported them.
David's right. One-sided relationships die quicker than how they begin.
That's
Facts.
why I don't deal with people.
It doesn't have to be monetary, but also like people are like, well, I don't want what you have to offer. But then you see pictures of examples of like people that they're around utilize what you sell. For example, if like you sell, like I sell lashes, and they're like, I don't wear those, but then their significant other has lashes on. You don't ever buy your significant other a gift for anniversary, Christmas, birthday, nothing ever, ever stuff like that, or jewelry, or whatever it is. Like you,
I see
got
people who say they ain't got no money to me. That's their reason, but they always on Amazon buying stuff. And that's fine. No one's telling you what to do with your money. Because people get on here and get defensive. I gotta come back for every excuse or every bitter comment that people could make. No one's telling you what to do. You grown. But all I'm saying is the same people who grown and do what they want to do with their money be the same people mad when we make it to the next level or the people in your life make it to that next level and we millionaires and billionaires and living in our nice houses and don't help you out. Then you like, oh, you acting brand new. I'm supposed to. I'm not. What you want me to do? I'm supposed to. Because ain't that what
right,
you did? It's funny how people want to show up for you when you don't even need them to show up for you no more. I don't need you to show up for me
right.
now. And it's also funny how people will support, like, buy Jordans, support Jeff Bezos, who's a billionaire already, and just spend money on Amazon like nothing. Don't expect nothing from him. People buy $120 shirt from you, and then when you make it, they want a house, a car. But it's funny, the people that you know owe you so much, but the people you invest your money into, they'll spend $2,000 to go to the Beyonce concert. Be like, hey, big, you owe me nothing, boo. That show was good. You don't owe me nothing. Somebody you know starting out with music, you won't even buy their mixtape. You won't even stream. You won't even listen to their track on Apple Music, which you already paid for just to get their streaming views up. You won't even do that. You ain't even gotta sit there and bop to it. Put it on. You'll sit there and watch somebody else YouTube videos all day, but somebody you know starting up their YouTube channel, you're like, oh, you ain't popular yet, so I'm not gonna watch your videos. When you can literally sit it on a device and let it play on loop and support them. That's views. Facts. That's facts. Yeah. They like you supposed to say, like, change is good. Why am I not supposed to change? Like, what do you want me to do? And like I said, this live is not just general support. This is for people who go out of their way to do things on their own just so they don't, like, they go out of their way. They would have never thought about accounting. But hey, I want to start a business. Now I don't want to be an accountant. Now I need an accountant. Well, I'm going to pay somebody else. Because you don't know what you're doing.
Right. Spend all weekend doing something that's going to take them a couple hours or a few hours to look
I'm
at it,
going to go ahead
provided
and
all
hire
your
me a
stuff
good
is
old
straight.
accountant. Or the people who never support you. Oh, I know somebody. If they connect to you, I don't even want to. Because they probably act like you. I'll go find somebody else. You want to put money in your people pocket, but you don't want to support nobody else. Get out of here. Oh, I can help you with that. No, I'm good. So I'm gonna tell people right now, stay out my inbox. If I ain't heard from you in 6 months to a year, like not a hey, how you doing, nothing, don't even come in my inbox asking me for nothing. And I don't mean it don't even have to be monetary. We all going through something. Just early part of this year, my wife and I almost froze to death. We almost got we had a bullet. We moved and had a bullet go through our wall. But yet
Always
my
through in the
phone
headboard.
and went through the headboard. So you want to talk about going through something? We had 2021 ain't been the best year for us either, and we had more other issues. But yet we know how to pick up the phone and connect with those who connect with us. I'm not forcing relationships. I'm not forcing support. But all I'm saying is, if you're that person who go out of your way to learn skills just so you don't have to support somebody else, just keep that same energy when people don't support you. No one's telling you to change. Don't be on making posts. Don't nobody support because you ain't supporting nobody else. You want people to pour into your dreams. Who dreams are you pouring into? I poured in a lot of people's dreams. And some of them still ain't poured into mine, but it's okay. I sowed that seed with good intentions. I won't sow no more, but I sowed that seed with good intentions. People can't even people get stuff and won't even shout you out. I see stuff on Amazon. Most of the way I find out about new shows, the most of the time I either from my wife who also found out by looking at herself or social media. Most of the time I found out about a new recipe, social media, or something new to eat, social media, a new restaurant. So that means people are sharing businesses. They just choose not to share their friends' businesses. You got a friend that opened a restaurant, you won't, and the food be good. You won't even say, "Oh, girl, I had this good food and Papa Joe's, da 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 da, whatever." They just like, I'm not gonna share. I want to keep this to myself.
Until it become trendy. Then it's like, oh, I know that person.
No, I don't know you. When Has K on the OWN network, or Oprah interviewing Has K, or Tyler Perry interviewing Has K, or the news, ABC News or NBC interviewing Has K, and then you want to know us and be like, oh, we could collab. No, we can't. You ain't going to collab when I wasn't known. So let them know that you know somebody to do. Nope, I sure am not.
Who are you again?
And it's funny because it's crazy because people, they have issues with your lifestyle, and that's some of the reason why people don't support. But let you be trendy and famous. Oh, I know them. Let me see. I stuck to my passions when it comes to my business, but I'm also not afraid to tell people I do enough. Yeah. Yeah. Support is important. Like, none of us out here can do anything alone. Nothing. You need to move some furniture to properly and safely move it. You're going to need some help. I don't care how strong you are. If you got a heavy piece of furniture, I'm not talking about like a little chair, nothing. I'm talking about You just need people in life. And like, why can't we just get out of our own head? Let your insecurities, deal with your own insecurities and your own fears of somebody making it past you. Support is free. Anytime I've gotten something from somebody, I bought a book from an author. I'm about to buy another book from an author, a fellow author. I'm not home. They send my books to my house, but when my wife send them to me, I'll be right on. Here's my picture from author to author. Go get my sis book. Go get my bro book, or whatever. And I know people, it's not always about the money piece, but like it's not always monetary. But at the end of the day, at some point, make it something monetary, because people can't grow their businesses with just likes and views alone. But by you sharing their lives, you can share them to people who can afford to buy at the time. But just because there's a pandemic don't mean everybody's struggling. Because people think that everybody's not struggling. Even the people who claim they are not. There's people still out here buying on Amazon. Them trucks still
Everybody
full.
works. Every time there's a sale, I always find out. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
them
people promote them candles for Black, what is it?
Bath and
Bath
Body
and Body
Works.
Works.
It's not always monetary, but congrats don't pay his bills.
Facts.
I don't
That's what
give
I
a fuck
said.
about. I mean, I don't care about no congratulations. Like words of affirmation don't do anything for me, anyways. Our actions speak louder than words. That's my true love language. If you love me, I want you to show me. You want to see me succeed. You want to see me win. I need you to show me.
And do it with good intention. Don't fake do it. Like, remember I shared your live. If you can't remember the last time you supported somebody, you ain't supporting. And that's what I said, David. Like, uh, congrats can only go so far. Likes can go. Like, people hold on to that. Like, when you said, support ain't always. No, it's not always. Keyword always. But at some point, you can't. We got a coloring book, $9.99. Come on.
You
At
don't know
some point,
anybody that colors?
you don't know nobody that loves the color. $14.99 coloring book. $25 custom shirt that you got. This is not a custom shirt. This is one of my shirts. My favorite shirts I got. Steph got on the custom shirt. Like, at some point you can't support nobody. And people like, oh, I ain't got no money. Have you bought something from online that wasn't somebody you know in the last 30 days? And if you can invest in somebody you don't know, why? Ask yourself, what is stopping you from supporting somebody you know? What's stopping you? Because it's obviously not money if you boasting that every day you getting boxes from Amazon. And I'm not telling people what to do with their money, but just don't be that person when the person make it, where money's not an issue. Don't be that person. Be like, hey, because I'm act like I don't know you. They should act like they don't know you. It's not about people being mad of not getting support. It's about people wanting the support after they never supported you. Because I see it all the time. They be like, oh, I learned this new skill. And then you go on their timeline and it's something somebody else they know do. I'm like, oh, you learned that because you ain't want to support them. Or you learn this skill because you ain't want to buy from somebody you know. And half the time the shit look crazy. But that's pretty much what I got. Is if you're not going to give it, don't expect it. And I mean genuinely give it. Like, I'll go out. I mean, to me, genuine support is I see it and I'm a support without like a thought. Just do it. And I'm not saying just waste money. Just like we always say, we're not saying people but people waste money anyway, for real. How much stuff you bought from Amazon you ain't used? You bought it because itching to buy something. People like, I don't like to waste money. Look in your closet. I guarantee you, most people waste money. The average person is wasting money buying
Hey,
stuff they don't need.
some of your food choices, the way you choose to eat, to waste some money.
So that people just kill me when it comes to people they know. It's always an excuse. I don't have money. You don't have nothing I want. But then you will see those same people on their timeline, because I go by timeline, especially for people I don't know. They say, you ain't got nothing I want. I ain't got no money. But then you on their timeline like, girl, I need to stay off with the offline buying stuff. I ain't need that. Oh, but you ain't got money or you don't waste money. Or you be like, every time I go in the store, I don't never pick myself up nothing. I'm always buying something for other people. So that tells me you go in stores and you buy gifts. So when you tell me or you tell another business owner, you don't have nothing I like, but do I got something you that other people you know like, or you gonna make an excuse about that too? Oh, I don't know nobody that color. I don't know nobody that like custom mugs, tumblers, t-shirts. I don't
You
know
don't know
nobody that
anybody that
need an
washes their
accountant.
hiney,
I don't know nobody that wash their butt.
uses
Everybody
a
I know
vibrator.
stink. I don't know nobody that wear cologne. I don't know nobody that drink wine. Cause that was a trending thing down when Steph and I was doing wine. I drink a whole bottle of wine. I drink wine, 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 wine. Boom, you post you do wine, you got wine, crickets. But that's why we we got coaches and we properly learning how to market it. And I just find it like the thing about this live, like I said, was not about support in general. It's about people going out of their way to learn skills just so they don't have to support nobody. Like they know how to do everything now. And they don't use these skills. They just do it so when they need to, they don't have to support nobody. And I think that's just dumb.
Especially if it doesn't fall within their niche. Yeah. Like you do hair and then all of a sudden you doing housework. And it'd be one thing is some people enjoy like building stuff. So for them to learn that skill, that we're not talking about those. We're talking about you spent all weekend doing something that shouldn't have taken you that long because you didn't know what you was doing. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. If you want to learn a new skill, like I wanted to get my bartending license. Just for that was something that I always wanted to do. But we're not talking about learning new skills in general. We're just talking about you just randomly, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I got me a new heat press. But then you talking about you ain't got time because you work all the time. Oh, I'm going to acting school, but now I'm making resumes. I've seen people write their own book so they don't have to buy nobody else's book, like they doing something. I write books and I buy other people's books because everybody don't write the same genre. Like I said, or you rather use some software that don't really get you all the write-offs and all of that stuff you need to really do your taxes properly because you don't want to hire nobody to be an accountant. I'm accountant me please, lawyer me please, because I'm getting all of that for my business. Because once you get up there, Steph, you gonna learn how to do your own hair?
No,
Why?
because I don't want to. Oh, David says,
You
side
can
note, I
save you
loved
some
your
money.
first book. Aw.
Thank you. You can save you some money though.
You just write it.
But, so thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching Facebook and if you're watching Instagram, remember to subscribe. I'm sorry, YouTube. So, I got hyped for a second. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, hit that bell so you can get the all, and share, share, share. If you on Facebook and you always want to catch us, make sure we your star friend so you can go to our profiles and click favorite, and we'll always pop up at the top
And if
when
we're
we.
not friends, feel free to follow and do the
And if
same
you're
thing.
not friends, follow.
And still put us as see you first.
Yep, see you first. Facts. So we thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Because I always say you can make more money, but you can't get your time back that you just spent with us. So we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for participating in our lives. Um, and that's all. Remember, you are the master of your destiny. You control your future. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. This your girl KG. I am the K from SK. This is my lovely wife Stephanie. She's the S from SK. Y'all have an amazing night and y'all have an amazing day on purpose tomorrow.
Good night.